Okay, so what I did wrong last time with this stuff, it was soaking wet, absolutely soaking, and then I added glue to it and it turned it into an absolute sloppy, mushy mess, and it took about 3 or 4 days to dry. So that was a mistake. We're living and learning all the time. I've dried this out quite a lot. It's still moist, but it's not nearly as moist as it was the last time. So I'll put in enough to do what I have to do, mix it with the craft glue, and we'll try it again. See if we can get it to dry this time. I always put in a little bit more than I think I'm going to need. Give it a shake this time. And it's kind of almost 50-50, but let's see how we go. Okay, so that really is well and truly mixed in. You can tell because the water is kind of, well, the water was kind of dry, but once you've got that glue going all the way through, it takes up a really silky sort of texture to it, and that's beautiful and ready to start moulding. We'll do that. So the first thing I'll do is run a line of the goop along this edge to build up a sort of a rigid frame. Very easy to do with this stuff, I love it. It just moulds so nicely. Look at that. Good stuff. Okay. And I'm just smoothing it, just with my hand. And then with a stick, so I've got those two side frames done. I'm not going to do the bow and stern framing until I've figured out how to do it. So I'll leave that, but this side is bowing out a little bit, so I'm just going to take a piece of wood and just push it up against it so that it dries in shape, in the shape that I want, and that's the way it is. That's pretty neat and tidy. Looks pretty good. I'll be interested to see what that's like when it's dry. I'll come back and check that out tomorrow. But I'm pretty happy with that framing. Now what I'm going to do with the rest of the stuff is I'm going to lay in some along the bottom just to build that rigidity up even more. I love this stuff. It's a beautiful product to work with. So you see, I'm just running it in between the framing that I already put in, and I don't really want it very thick. So what I'm doing is just running along with my fingers and just running channels along there, and I think that will serve the purpose very well. Okay, so I've spread that along the bottom pretty well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment and see how smooth I can make this this paper mush, because I might actually put a layer of it on the outside and try and smooth it up. So I'll just, while it's setting, I'll just have a bit of a play and see what kind of a smooth surface I can get on it. Plenty of time to muck around and experiment. And it is great stuff to play with. It really is. I can see myself doing other projects with this system. But that's looking really smooth. I think I will be able to use this on the outside and get a very nice smooth surface. Okay, so there we go. I've put the framing around the edge and I've laid in the base for it. I don't want to make the mistake of going too far, so I'll leave it at that, let that set overnight and come back and have a look at it in the morning. If it's okay, then I will continue on up into the bow and make that more rigid and attach the dragon's head and a little curly tail at the other end. So we'll do that, and I'll clean up this mess. There we go, it's all over me. Can't even turn my camera off. Ugh.